YouTube? What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War, Medieval 2 Total War. I always forget on the older ones that they'd switched it over the way that they do it. So, yes, Medieval 2 Total War, and we had Milan sally out against us. Yeah, I was tabbing back and forth there to get back in. Before I start the battle, just real quick, wanted to mention, some of you may have watched the live stream that Total War did yesterday on Total War Arena that they held in Cologne, Germany. I was not able to attend. They did invite me, but I had a lot of work stuff going on, and I wish I could have gone, but it's a good thing I didn't. This ended up being a very crazy week for me at work, and had I gone, it would have been bad for daytime air. But yeah, so there's some interesting things. That was my first glimpse at gameplay on Total War Arena, as I haven't gotten to play it yet because Creative Assembly seems to think that all the people in Europe need to play it before the folks in the US. I'm being a little bit stupid, but also a little bit serious. I'm not really sure why it needed to be tested just in Europe, like why we couldn't bring up a server in the US at the same time. I have no idea why that is, but so it was just, let me just give you a few thoughts, and then I'll put together an official video on it. But while we have this awesome soundtrack in the back, we might as well have a few thoughts. The concept of the game, as far as the battles go, looks interesting to me. The large teamwork and kind of the way that people can utilize their different skills, capturing bases, the maps seemed interesting in the sense that the terrain was very thought out as far as where they put the terrain, where the forest was, where there was routes to sneak around. All of that seemed good, so those are things I'd say that were good about it. I still have some major questions in my head, though, because, number one, I haven't played the game, and it's hard for me to answer all these questions. But the first one is, why is it free-to-play? And that's a big question in my mind. Why free-to-play? I mean, you sold the crap out of Rome 2, and it wasn't free-to-play. Why free-to-play? And here's why I ask that. Some people might be like, well, it's good. It helps them expand their player base, and then we can play it for free. You know, that argument to me is just, it's dumb. And here's the reason why. If you make it a free-to-play game, one of two things has to happen. Number one, we don't live in a world of charity. So the company has to make money, and they're either going to do it, one, through ad revenue, or two, through selling you things that you want or feel like you need in order to beat other people at the game. So that's the reason why I don't like it. One of those two things is going to happen. Out of the two, I would rather it be us getting hammered with ads or something on the game, because I'm worried that if it becomes a pay to progress faster, pay for certain abilities, pay for certain units, why would they put out a unit? And some of you are convinced and you're saying, don't worry, Air, don't worry. They already told us that the stuff you can pay for won't necessarily give you a special advantage. That's bunko, guys. It's just bunk. That's the problem with this type of platform for a game in my mind. Why would they make something and then sell it to you if it wasn't going to give you any advantage? That doesn't make any sense. Now, I know there's a few games out there where maybe they sell like a different skin or something like that, but typically you've paid for that game also. So in a free-to-play, they're not going to sell like a bunch of special skins or colors. I mean, I don't think that's going to work. So I think I wouldn't say pay to win, but pay for an advantage is on the way. And that's why, so why free-to-play? The free-to-play thing here is nonsensical in my mind. Some of you may disagree with me. That's okay. I mean, there's a lot of you who like Dota 2 or League of Legends. Honestly, those two games make me want to throw up. But if you like them, I'm not saying that as to insult you. I'm just saying if you like it, great. It's just for me, they're nauseating. I don't like them at all. This is partly personal preference. And again, don't take it as offense. You know, it's just the way I feel about it. So I think there's good things that I saw in Total War Arena, things that surprise me when I watch the game in a good way. However, though, I haven't played it. I don't know what balance is like. I don't know what the leveling up is like. I don't know what bugs are like. I have no idea about any of that stuff. But I will say this, just based on, you know, some of the gameplay, the idea of the way the battles flow looks interesting, and it looks like it's a little bit different. The other big question, though, that I'd throw out there is, I'm glad we're seeing this new idea for multiplayer in Total War Arena, but I have to ask the somewhat scathing question of, why now? Why in Total War Arena? How come we didn't do it in Rome 2? How come we didn't do it in Attila? How come we're probably not going to see it in Total War Warhammer? I'm glad we're going to see it in Arena. I'm not asking you to stop, and I'm not upset about it. I'm just wondering, why didn't we put some of this into the games that we paid the money for. So that's my main thoughts and concerns right now. I hope the game is great. There is some stuff I saw in it today that looks like it could be a lot of fun, but those questions I have out there still linger. Free to play is a big yellow or red flag in my mind, big one. And then the other one is just really, since it is free to play, what is that pay piece? What did you get? Are you getting maps? Are you getting what are you getting with it? I mean, is it something that? But again, in my mind, how can it be something that gives you no advantage, because then it won't sell? You know what I mean? So anyway, just my thoughts. Let's get into this. I won't start the timer until now, though, since I was doing all that talking. And of course, I'll put a link down in the description if you all want to skip through this. You can just look for it. I just wanted to get a few thoughts out there around Total War Arena. I don't hate the game. I'm not on here bashing CA. I was just sharing my thoughts. They're going to share it with me. They've already let me know that I'll be able to get into it as soon as they move it on to the US. They're, like I said, Creative Assembly is very, very good that way as far as involving people, and they always have been with us, and and it's much appreciated. And like I said, that's where I don't want to come off as seeming like maybe ungrateful for kind of the times that they've made sure to include us as new games come about. So again, it's not meant as like a bashing thing or anything else like that. It's just me giving my thoughts on the game, and obviously I hope you all took the time to notice that there were positive things there that I said, positive things that I didn't expect to see, probably because I've grown a little bit skeptical because of the last few launches and stuff. Things that I was happy to see, some innovation, things that were different. It was a fun event. They looks like they did a good job putting it on. They brought in some good players, and it was really good to watch. So I enjoyed that piece a great deal. Like I said, I'm hoping that the questions and the reservations that I have don't turn out negative. I want it to be positive. I want a great Total War game, so don't take me the wrong way on that. Just understandably cautious, and I think many of you are the same way. Let's get moved up. I'm going to zoom in on the battle map just a little. Let's fast forward.
Milord, the tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and hold this turn of events.
Understood. We're going to start shooting at the Genoese crossbow militia. They're going to be shooting at me for sure. We have to go into loose formation. I'm going to target the Genoese crossbow militia. I'm going to go ahead and rush my infantry forward and try and start an engagement before the reinforcements get here. Okay, my peasant archers are I'm gonna target the Genoese crossbow militia. I'm gonna immediately try and get around with my cav and get into that crossbow militia. Okay, we're gonna charge their infantry with my own spear infantry. And let's charge this Genoese crossbow militia. Let's zoom out for a minute on the battle map. Okay, the reinforcements aren't anywhere near me. Did you all see that? Air looked at the battle map, huh? You all might want to just check and see if Hades froze over. Because that's a rare occurrence, folks. It really is. Air looking at the mini-map. Which that made me think too when I was watching the thing about Arena today. Like, I noticed that the mini-map was quite important. Oh, one other thing that I should mention about Arena while I'm in here. It looked like there's some interesting scouting mechanics. Like, the line of sight was very important. And like scouting and using your artillery together, it seemed like it coordinated. That was very interesting. And like I said, that's one of the things today I picked up on that I really liked, and it was good to see. So again, don't take my pessimism on certain things to mean that I already hate the game, won't play the game, or something like that. That's not true. I think I'm rightfully pessimistic based on some recent releases. So anyway, I'm gonna get my army up and we'll do this here. I do wish I could have been there with the other YouTubers, though. A lot of great YouTubers there. You have You had Lionheart and Rambler and Warrior Sparta and Prince of Macedon, which I got to spend some time with him in San Francisco this last September, whenever they first let us take a look at Attila. Really cool trip. So yeah, I mean, just lots of great characters there, and some others that I would have liked to have met. I think Diplex Heated was there. I've never met him. I did get to sit down. You know, it's one of those moments that I don't think Lionheart and I ever published something from it, but he and I got to sit down in front of a pub and have a Pepsi together and just chat whenever I was over in Horsham back at the launch of Rome 2. And it's not to say that I'll never travel again. When CA invites me, I'd love to, and they always invite me. But man, I'll tell you what, it's tough when you got a 9-month-old son, and I only get so much time with him as it is because of work and everything else. So I'm always eager to spend some time with him. And then I'm a salaried professional at work, and that doesn't mean that the rest of you don't work or anything like that. You know how it is all I'm saying. It's busy, and you know I'm expected to get a certain number of projects done in a certain time, and it's got to get done. I have people that I have to manage. So it keeps me very busy. It's a great job. And some of you ask, like, how come you don't do YouTube full time? Well, I don't make quite enough money here to have that be a full-time job to support my family. Otherwise, trust me, I'd love to do a lot of YouTube stuff. But the other big piece of that is just my job is great. I love it. I actually enjoy it, which is kind of a rarity, it seems like, in today's world. I love what I do. I'm an engineer. I feel like I make a big impact for my company. I like working with the people who are on my team. I got some great engineers working with me and working for me. It's really, really good. So that's why I don't have that desire. You know, I worked my whole life and went to school and everything to get to the point where I could basically be a professional engineer, and that's what it is that I want. So here we go. Genoese crossbow militia are going to have the high ground, which is definitely not good for me. I'm going to have a cavalry advantage here for sure, though. I'm going to just keep their Genoese crossbow militia busy with my peasant archers. I'm not going to want to trade fire with them for very long. I'd kind of like my spear troops to kind of get rested. They're still warmed up. My guys are spread out, and the Genoese crossbow militia are not, but they have the high ground and just better missile damage in general. So I imagine that I'm probably about to start taking some pretty bad losses here. But like I said, I'm going to trade fire with them for just a minute. My guys are still resting a bit. Actually, the AI is going to sit there and just fire away with its catapult, which is probably a good idea for them. I've got my ballista over here firing. I don't know if it's really doing a whole lot. These things seem to fire really slow. This music in the background is so cool. I love the music on Medieval 2. It's truly beautiful. Okay, our spearmen are just gonna, tired or not, have to get the job done here. They're going uphill against probably superior units, to be honest. I'm gonna swing some cav out to the flanks. I really do like this music. It is good. I am getting some kills with my peasant archers, which is good. And then my spear units here, whew, they're taking some losses to those crossbows. The crossbows have kind of redirected their fire. Let's continue to push the crossbows up the hill. And then let's get our cav around the enemy flanks. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and start firing at the enemy general's bodyguard with my ballista. So it looks like the enemy infantry is going to go ahead and engage me. Like I said, the Italian spear militia should be superior, just statistically. I'm going to send a smaller unit to pin down the Portuguese crossbowmen while I rear charge with my mailed knights. My general is the one who's going after the, I say the Portuguese crossbowmen, they're actually just Genoese crossbow militia, but essentially the same thing. I'm going to try and get through those crossbow militia and get into the back of this infantry fight. I'm going to have to rout the enemy spears before they do too much damage to my own men. I should get a decentish charge here. The Italian spear militia, like I said, are pretty decent as far as militia units go. But I'm going to try and pull back and get a better charge this time. I was kind of caught up in those crossbowmen. Over here we've got the... That enemy bodyguard is big. It must be their king. Charge, you dummies! They're not getting a good charge because they're not getting up to speed. So I'm going to have to pull back. Let's try and extricate our cav from this. Let's get this extra unit of cav up here. Let's get our archers. Start firing at the enemy general. Okay, our cav is completely disengaged. Let's run a good rear charge here. And let's bring our general in for a good rear charge also. We've chased off most of the Genoese crossbow militia to the point where I feel somewhat safe here. That's going to be a really good rear charge there. Yep.
The enemy is badly blooded.
That's going to do what we need. Okay, the enemy general is charging my general. They're going to get a better charge than me. But let's get these mailed knights lined up for a rear charge. Same thing here. And let's get this. Our general's going to need help because he's going to be facing superior numbers. Let's get some spearmen into that fight. Use my archers just to kill the rest of that spear militia. I'm into the back of that general's bodyguard. Hopefully my general doesn't die here. I'm going to go ahead and charge those Genoese crossbow militia back there. And let's get a hold of these Genoese.
The craven enemy king flees from battle.
Okay, so the enemy king's trying to run away, actually. We're going to chase him. That ought to get rid of that Genoese crossbow militia. So this is going to be a huge victory for us. It's going to open Milan up to be potentially taken by my army here if I have enough men left, which I think I do. So I mean the Milanese army is in complete retreat at this point. I think their king got away. Just there we go. Let's go ahead and end the battle. So big victory over Milan there, an important one. So they statistically were better than me. At this point though, I'm going to execute the enemy troops despite the ransom value because I don't want them to get their men back. I need them dead so that I can actually capture the city of Milan and hopefully take the Milanese faction off the map. What's going on there? There's like a couple of cardinals like backing out. They're like, whoa, whoa, hey,
Seigneur, we have claimed this day.
Good.
Victoire most noble, mon roi.
So, oh man, we're going to sack the crap out of Milan. 20,000 florins. Don't mind if I do. Okay, you don't have to walk that slow, Byzantine guy.
Noble one, we
Turks want trade rights. Sounds good.
We are humbled and honored. Our discussions come to a close.
Is that an army of Denmark that just came down there? I think it is. Okay, now the Portuguese are going to attack me here. That's kind of good, though. This is my king, actually, here, so we'll definitely want to keep him safe. Bum, bum, dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's see what they got here. So they've got some decent... Wow, Pavi's crossbowmen? Jeez. Bringing the house on me here. Let's hope their other army isn't so good. It's not. But they've got a decent number of okayish infantry here. I don't have a ton of cav here. That's my big worry. I got plenty of archers, but I don't have a lot of cav. Do I take them or do I not take them? That kind of scares me to not have any more cav than that. Let's withdraw from the battle.
You won't be so lucky next time.
And I'd probably prefer with my king to play it a little safer here. In fact, let's see if we can. Let's take our king back this way, and then this army should be fully retrained. Even got a catapult here. We'll actually come back out here this way and try and face the Portuguese army while my king comes back here to retrain.
Whose life ends today. Oui, Seigneur.
Portuguese family member, Portuguese army. I saw who's this dude here? A heretic? Yeah, might want to come get rid of this guy.
Or slighting throats, my lord.
Alright, so we've captured Milan, which is big, and oh no, this is Venice. I thought it was Denmark for a minute because I saw that red color. So we are at war with the Holy Romans, who are right there.
I am a treasure, my people.
An honor, Signor.
We're gonna try and go down to Rome and see what we can do to maybe pay off the Papal States a little bit.
Oui, at once.
Let's see, Milan is still... Oh, it's because they have Genoa down there. So we'll want to take that from them. Trying to think, the Milan itself as a city is probably fairly lucrative. I'd like to get Genoa and turn it into a castle, but I need troops to retrain with.
Face trial for heresy.
Yeah, definitely need troops to retrain with. Let's go ahead and start building some stuff to help secure Milan here. What do we got here? Militia, spear militia, Scots Guard, huh? What are these guys? Scots Guard? Archers, huh? And missile attack's pretty good. Crossbow militia and town militia. Yeah, we'll just have to hold for now. I need to take care of these. Oh, we can retrain troops here. That's great. Let's actually combine some of our troops first.
Orders. Signor.
That way we can do this faster.
Mon roi. Signor. Mon roi. Orders.
There. Now we can
Mon roi.
kind of...
Signor.
Now we have a lot fewer units to retrain, because you can only do 3 at a time. And I think that means that I need another armored sergeant and probably a bowman if I want to get back up to strength. There we go. And let's go ahead and repair the structures here that need repaired, and then let's take a look at all of our cities again from a construction standpoint. And first let's find the... Or whoops. No, I still want the very high tax rate. Ah, heck, we got some money. Let's just build away. Inn gives public order, course, because people like their brothels so much. So my castle town here is doing well enough. Wouldn't hurt to have some extra public order here. But I mean, it's probably stable enough because we're going to have armies in and out of here. Let's go ahead and just build another military structure there and try and... So Paris is upgrading. Reims... Well, let's go ahead and upgrade the roads. That can't hurt. We need to upgrade Marseille. And then probably not a bad idea to do the roads there too, but let's go ahead and see where else my money can kind of be distributed for best effect. Making pretty good money in this town. Let's go ahead with the roads. The castle at Metz, build a practice range. Just kind of, like I said, kind of distribute some of this money out across the empire. Bordeaux. Okay, so we've got something being built in every settlement. I think the question is kind of what do we do? What do we do next? I need to retrain the king. We need to get back after the Portuguese. But we're doing okay against the Holy Romans. I mean, maybe if we can push them back a few more settlements, we might see them start to wave a white flag for us. That would certainly be helpful for me. What kind of troops do I need to retrain in this army? Yeah, armored sergeants mainly, and some cav. Let's do this so we can just get some extra units down to that army maybe a little quicker. And I think we're good. Let's go ahead and well, wait, what's this guy doing? French assassin? Let's get you to go after this heretic also. Imperial diplomat. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of those characters there. Let's go ahead and end this.
Kings, we have a word for you.
Scotland wants trade rights now as well.
Bless you for agreeing. Well,
I like that very stereotypical Scotsman there. Bless you! Not like I can do a good impression, but still funny. Bride presented. A boon for builders. I don't know what all that dying noise was. We're now the strongest faction, which is cool. Faction excommunicated, Hungary.
Ready to trade. Très bien.
Alright, sweet. So we've got slaves, gold, and ivory that are being traded from here, which is pretty nice. We'll turn some decent coin on that, and we're making pretty good income per turn. It looks like the Holy Romans have kind of retreated back, which is probably smart for them. They're they're under quite a bit of pressure from me. Since I have to go another turn on this one anyway, I'm thinking about snagging another couple of units there. Let's get our...
Ready and able.
Okay, where's my king?
An order.
Let's go ahead and just run off with our king. And do the same thing here. Let's see what we can do to
Orders.
lessen the amount of retraining that we have to do.
Mon roi. Orders.
Oh, all these guys have potential upgrades to their armor and stuff, apparently.
Orders. Mon roi.
There we go. Well, what the heck? Let's start with the smallest units that actually need to retrain men, and then we'll work our way up through the stuff that just needs like some kind of armor upgrade or something that's going to take several turns. But let's get everything upgraded, and then let's go ahead and attack the Portuguese here. I only have a few cav units in this army, but it should be plenty. This is our faction heir here.
For the honor of France.
So the Portuguese are going to stand their ground. They got dismounted feudal knights, 3 of them. 2 of the Pavis crossbowmen. They got a mercenary spearman here. Let's see what their other army consists of. Peasants. Those Portuguese peasants will make some nice charge bait. Looking forward to this. I've owed the Portuguese a beating here for a few episodes and haven't been able to give it to them. But man, that sacking of Milan, whew, talk about a good way to make some money. Okay, let's start the deployment here. So I attacked the Portuguese. They're going to have some forest and a hill to utilize. I could probably march around them and up the hill. No, there's a red line that's going to keep me from doing it. So yeah, the red line's going to actually give them a pretty darn good position here. Yeah, a really good position, actually. We do have a catapult, though. I don't know if that'll make the AI actually come to face me or not, but we'll see. I'm gonna put my knights kind of in the main line here. Let's get our archers spread out, put our catapult here. And then, this guy's special ability is fire ammo. Let's put some spearmen on the flanks to support our cav and to also do outflanking maneuvers on enemy infantry. Start our general back here, but we'll take him out to a flank. Almost certainly. What do we got here? Sergeant Spearman. Let's just put one here in front of our armored dudes. Okay, I'm gonna start the battle.
The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in bravery.
They lack a lot in bravery. We're going to fast forward once. Oh, wait. AI is deploying right behind me. That's perfect. So we'll destroy the reinforcing troops immediately. Okay, just gonna take all my guys and get ready to actually move this way instead. Whoops. There we go. That may actually draw the other Portuguese army down off the hill. Actually, want you back over here. Okay, what do we got over here? This is their blob of peasants. Let's just go get them. And then since the AI is trying to come down off the hill against me, let's kind of take our line of spearmen and go ahead and set up here with my general in support. Get our 3 archers lined up, and then let's get our catapult lined up here. There we go. Gonna charge in with all my knights, and then my mounted knights as well. Let's get lined up for a proper cav charge here. Okay, so we're engaging the enemy infantry. We're going to do a rear charge into these dismounted feudal knights. These guys are going to get absolutely destroyed by this.
Very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Yeah, you can see knights flying in the air and stuff there. Those guys are going to take a savaging on that charge. Whenever your cavalry gets a chance to form up, get up to speed, and drop their lances, they are going to do some extreme damage to the infantry. Of course, now you're going to lose men, like you actually lose men on the charge, as opposed to, like, say, Attila, where they just absolutely flatten the whole unit on the charge. That's not the case. In fact, let's get our heavy infantry back here to help finish that fight, because my knights are actually starting to drop pretty quick now. Those guys are now wavering, and they should rout.
Only half the enemy. Our cowardly foe runs. We must push our advantage.
Okay, so we've gotten those units off the field. The other Portuguese army is coming up. I'm going to move my general out to the flank to get some action here because other unit got a little bit beat up in that. Let's go ahead and run back up the hill there, guys. Okay, so let's see. This Portuguese army is coming at me. They've got Pavi's crossbowmen up front. Let's make them the target of our catapults. Go into flaming shot. Let's get into loose formation. And then let's get all our spearmen and go ahead and run forward to meet the Portuguese advance. Move out my knights. I'm going to keep this one knight that got a little bit beat up. Keep it out of the fray. Just come some flaming artillery rounds that are about to hit my own men, so let's go ahead and stop whatever we're doing there. Halt. Okay, they got some dismounted feudal knights over here that I'm going to need to rear charge pretty quickly because I'm just fighting them with spearmen. Going to keep pressure on the Pavi's crossbowmen. And let's get that beat up unit of cav to possibly come help chase Pavi's crossbowmen as well. Let's get turned around so we can get a proper cav charge here and rout these feudal knights. Okay, this is my target right here. Okay, let's get turned around here again for a proper charge. So here comes a proper rear cav charge. Drop your lance. Drop your lance. Good. So that's going to crush a whole bunch of Portuguese troops. And this will allow us to pour spearmen and stuff into this fight. And then I'm about to get a really nice rear charge here with my general into the back of these dismounted feudal knights, who were otherwise winning the fight quite decisively. And they ought to rout here. Yeah, they are getting murdered. They're now fighting to the death.
The enemy general lies dead.
Good.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue
Enemy
like this,
general
we will
is gone.
smash the enemy.
Portuguese
Only half the
infantry
enemy
is
force remain.
toast. Yeah, Portuguese infantry's toast. Let's just go after their crossbowmen. So yeah, those rear charges with the cav, whenever you get them lined up right and get them up to speed, I mean, they are absolutely gruesome. They will do so much damage. And they should. I mean, you're talking about, you know, well-trained, heavy cavalry here that's well-armed and armored. So one would expect some pretty extreme results from something like that. So we could ransom these guys off, but yeah, I got plenty of money. I'm actually going to execute him.
We are triumphant. Glory to God. Ready and able.
The retraining system on this game is a bit annoying, unfortunately. But if, I don't know, if I've got enough troops here, you know, like for instance, we could hire up some mercenary crossbowmen. I'll hire up some mercs if I feel like I need to, but what I'm going to do is just try and like push forward to this Portuguese city and see if we can capture it. If we can, then I'll just turn it into a castle and retrain there. And then, like I said, these troops there in Milan, I really need to retrain them quite badly.
Whose life ends?
Whose life ends today? Inquisitor, huh?
Sabotage.
I feel like his life needs to end, just in case you were wondering.
Do you have a preference? Messy or painful?
Let's see what we got here. Stauffen is upgraded to a fortress. Was there any other faction? Mission failed. Strongest faction into turn reports. Good. We got plenty of money, and I don't know that we need to build a whole lot on this turn, which is good. A Baron's stable, huh? Feudal knights, mailed knights, mounted sergeants. What do we get at the archer range? Crossbowmen, peasant archers. Let's go ahead and build it. So, yeah, a lot of the buildings get pretty expensive here on the high-end side of things, but that's to be expected. I need to get my trade routes open back up from the Portuguese here. I don't know if I can construct any warships though. Just cogs. Let's go ahead and recruit a couple and just see if we can bust out of there. There is an Imperial army here. A few of them. And honestly, I'm retraining here at Stauffen. I may try and let's see, we got a few units here that
Seigneur.
we could just take this little army here to get rid of this small Imperial stack.
Enemy. The day is ours, Seigneur. The day is ours, Seigneur. Today's march ends, mon roi.
Well, I guess we'll take him. We'll head back to Metz and just retrain these fruit tubes. Maybe we need to pull another army out anyway. Just like I said, the retraining piece of this is the most annoying. You either have to recruit the individual units and send them walking across the map to get to... Whoa!
Talk is cheap.
Milan's already picked up a big ol' army here.
Was that an attack?
What do these militia guys do? So, only 5 attack. Says they're effective against armor, but they're not going to live long enough to do anything against armor. Very long spears. Effective against armor. Can form spear wall. Interesting. Not quite sure exactly how that'll turn out. Let's go ahead and end a turn here. Looks like those HRE armies are kind of marching away from Milan. We're going to see what Milan tries to do here. They didn't attack. Got a lot of enemy agents coming through here. Explorers Guild, huh? Yeah, sure. Why the heck not? The hero of zero. Nice. Got a mission to blockade a port, which I'm sure I won't manage to pull off. End of turn. Largest faction is Poland. Construction. Stone wall at Rene is complete. Alright. So... we've got this army here. Like I said, I can't really retrain anything there, which is frustrating. And it's going to take us a while to march over there with this one. And I'm still trying to retrain and get moving there.
Ready and able.
Let's go ahead and push back that Portuguese stack.
Seigneur,
No, I want you to... No. Just worry about attacking. I don't want you to walk all the way around. Okay.
I would if I could, Seigneur.
Let's go ahead and get this newer army back here to Metz. I can't retrain these spear militia.
Seigneur.
I think I was just using them as garrison troops.
Mon roi. Seigneur.
Yeah, I think they're just garrison troops. So I'll leave them here as garrison troops. Let's go ahead and get a few more armored sergeants here. Might as well. Let's see if there's any... Yeah, we've completed some construction here. Let's go ahead and build up the roads there. I've got a couple of cogs now here. It's not a lot. What's this guy? He's got 2 cogs also. Ah, we got a heroic victory. Perfect. And what mission do I have here? Cease hostilities. Stop shedding the blood of your fellow Christians. Do not carry out hostile acts for the duration of this against Milan. Okay, well, I can handle that. But as soon as that's over... Target Pamplona. Blockade the port for at least 2 turns at Pamplona.
Name the field of battle.
Oh, that is their port there. So let's get down here and blockade it.
We'll drop anchor until the morning, Seigneur.
Okay, so we'll get down and blockade the port. Actually, maybe complete it, since I hardly ever complete any of the missions from the Council of Nobles. So many agents rolling around through here. It's like Portugal's trying to get rid of some of those rebels. We probably need to get a small garrison in Bordeaux. Got heretic going on there too. I guess this is the assassination we tried on one of the inquisitors. Let's see if we get the snake bite to the genitalia. Nope. That pesky mouse. Pesky mouse. It's always there. So where are we at? Yeah, we're gonna go after that inquisitor again. I'm not done with him yet.
You have a target in mind.
Assassin dies in action. What a bunch of horse crap. Where's my assassin hotbed here? There we go. Let's get started again, fellows.
Ready and able.
I'm gonna push these guys back into Pamplona. Actually, Pamplona's already it's a castle town full of troops, though.
God be praised.
Yeah, but you know what? If we seal them in and make them come out against us, I'm gonna try it. They may come out and attack me on open ground. We'll just see. Ha! Portugal got excommunicated. So maybe this is our chance to put in good with the Pope here and...
Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah, we want to... Here, have some money. 500 florins. Courtesy of the French Empire.
This concludes our meeting, yes?
Just because you're so great.
Alas, I cannot do that, senor.
Sit here and give the Pope some money and see if we can buy off his love here. Okay, Paris actually has a declining population right now, but it is pretty large as is. So, let's see what we should build here. Military academy, huh? What do they do? French mounted archers, huh? Spear militia, crossbow militia. A theater, huh? That's pretty cool. I mean, the public order is pretty good, and we're on a very high tax rate, so it's probably that mayor's palace would kind of be a cool one to build. Pretty expensive. Let's go ahead and build it. Let's see what we can do in some of these other places where the public order is not so hot right now. Go ahead and build the tavern. Bordeaux, like I said, we probably need to just train up some spear militia here just to hold. I'm going to train another assassin there too. Got an assassin training there. And I can't attack Milan for the next few turns because the Pope asked me not to, and I guess I'll be a nice guy and guess I won't do it. Retrain those knights. So what was my army looking like here? Looks like maybe there's a weapon upgrade for some of my guys and an armor upgrade maybe. I really need cav retraining sergeant spearmen, which is fine. I need another cav unit's what I need. Might grab me another mailed knights here to attack on the end for my king's army.
Ready and able.
Let's see. I got a little bit of money left, but I don't know that that means I need to use it particularly. We got stuff in here.
Whose life ends.
Let's see if we can kill this heretic. Yeah, we got him. Sweet. You owe me one, Holy Romans. Got rid of that heretic. Of course, you know, he probably would have found his way over to my land and started screwing with me, so...
For the honor of France,
I want to attack Bern, and then we need to leave a small garrison here, so... Again, I'll just leave a couple of sergeant spearmen to hold it so that we can at least pepper them with tower fire or something. I think I'm out of time for this episode. We do need to get rid of this Imperial Navy. It's kind of probably blocking some of my trade because of the blockade going on there. We can go ahead and actually blockade the Portuguese. Yeah, it looks like Portugal isn't wielding a whole lot of power left. They've only got a few regions, so they wouldn't be too far. And then I think Genoa is probably the last Milanese city here, and if we can take it, it'd be good. And if we can hit Bern, that'll push back the Holy Romans to a decent extent. I'd still like to get up here and capture this rebel large town there from well, there's a couple of rebel large towns that we might as well take just to get some extra income there on our northern coast. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.